Welcome to the Monday Morning Wake Up Call with your host, Carrie Ramage, Managing Broker at RE/MAX Elite, and Heather Holliday, your social marketing nut, talking about hottest real estate topics with a little weekly activity and motivation for the week. Good morning and happy Monday.
This is what it makes me think at the end of the thing. It's like, boom, boom, boom. Like, oh, gosh. I love that little music intro.
And now eventually I have to change out some pictures and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, like, it's funny because I was thinking that the other day, I wonder if we should change anything. And it's like, well, when you listen to a TV show, they have the same song all the time, but they
I change it every season.
Oh, do you?
Yes. So you see it says like season 3. So
it has a new song.
Change it every season, which is pretty much goes with any shows you watched.
Right. Yeah. And then new pictures because, we're getting older.
There's wiser and wiser.
There you go. Much wiser. Much wiser. So anyway, well, we're talking about building a strong brand today. And we're not talking about necessarily just your franchise or the company that you work for, because obviously
colors and font and all that fun stuff that I find fun, but it's
but really
messaging.
Your messaging, your personal brand. Do you have one? Have you developed one? Are you and if you haven't, kind of here are some ideas and thoughts to help you develop your personal brand.
And I think it's important, and I know, and I won't say names, but I do remember there was something that completely stuck out to me when we had a session at the office. And it was, all about the branding, the things that you put out there. And, somebody who, knows what their worth is, doesn't really deviate from that because they know what they put into everything. And so they don't want to, give away this and this and this. But so many people, when they're sending out postcards and messaging and this and that, they're giving like these discounts or free this or and actually when you're putting that kind of messaging out, that's the type of people that you're going to be getting. And then they complain because everybody wants to nickel and dime everything. But it's like, but that's the messaging you're putting out there to the world. So, I mean, you got to think like the Chick-fil-A's. They don't offer discounts. Like they don't have to. It's all about the experience. People pay a ridiculous amount of money for a Starbucks coffee. It's all about the experience.
Right. And they're not saying, come in and get your coffee today for $1.99 or a half off or whatever. So yeah, you're so right. When you're marketing and you're saying, I'll do this for this, you're offering a discount. So you're going to get people who are looking for discounts, going to want a nickel and dime, and probably don't see you for what you are truly worth, and if you are good at your craft, if you're good at your job, you know what your worth is. And as you're putting out your message to the world, you need to make sure that your message is consistent with what you want to receive back. So meaning, who are your clients and prospects?
And what are you putting out there that's going to attract the kind of people you want to attract? Like who's your tribe? Who's your people? I know that's why we're always saying, to become involved with charities and different groups that you have an interest in, because that's who you're going to attract. It's the same as when you're putting different messages out there, or who is your target audience because of who you like to work with, and think about ways that you're putting that messaging out, and is it really attracting who you're wanting to work with? So and really,
it's not always. It's not always, it can be something like, I want to work with military buyers, or I want to work with first-time home buyers, or I want to work with luxury sales. But it also is what type of personality those people have. Because like we're saying, if you're offering out discounts, you're looking for people who search for discounts. And is that who you want, or you want to put out quality service, and so you're looking for people that value quality service? Or like you said with the Starbucks, are you looking for people who are looking for a quality experience? And if that's who you want, then that's what your messaging and your branding should say.
Right. I mean, think of the lines. I mean, you go by Chick-fil-A. I mean, my kids are big Chick-fil-A people. I
Okay.
seem to only want one of their salads on Sundays, but
When they're closed, yeah.
when they're closed. That always, and something about whatever sauce they have. I mean, my kids spend a ridiculous amount, and even I think it's their lemonade. Like my son loves their lemonade. And I'm like, I am not spending $8 for a gallon of lemonade just because
Right.
it says I'll go to Publix, whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
it's the thing is their lines are never short. I never see it not completely wrapped around. It's almost as if they're giving away free meals
It's
every
crazy,
single
right?
day, but
Yes.
they're not.
Yes.
And it's crazy. And it is like my daughter didn't last long, but when she did work there, she said it was very like military style. Like they are very good with their training, but that's why you get the experience you get versus going to some of these others, and you better not leave that window until you check that bag because you know something's wrong.
Right.
Um,
Right.
it's all about the experience. There's a reason why the line's wrapped around, and that's what you want to make sure you're kind of doing that as well. And then that's when I get into kind of the designs, or something like that. Like if you're going for luxury, you're probably not going to have rainbow colors and Comic Sans, right? I mean, that's just I
Right.
hope not. Please don't.
Smiley faces and balloons and yeah.
Right. And I don't know. Like to me, that's not, think of who you're trying to attract when it comes to your messaging, fonts, colors, all of that kind of stuff, your website. Who are you trying to attract? What lifestyle? And just from there, it's kind of building up from there. So it's like the full package. It's not just, oh, I like these colors. This is what I'm going to do. It's all
Right.
about different messaging on a marketing aspect. And what are you doing that's unique? They're not,
For sure.
it's like, oh, I like doing this, just do that. It's like, well, let's bring your personality in, because you're going to attract like-minded people in your tribe.
It's always funny. This is, I'll have agents who'll call me and go, "Why do I always get the people who are, high maintenance?"
Crazy.
Yeah, high maintenance. I was trying to be polite because I didn't want to call anybody crazy, but why do I get the people who are always ready for a fight or always ready for this? And I always say, well, I hate to say this, but maybe you need to look at yourself. And are you the same way? Are you looking for a fight? So that's what you attract. I don't know. So
If it's a consistent, you always have to look at the commonality.
correct. Yes, that's what I'm
What's
trying to
the
say.
common factor here?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
And what can we do to kind of change our aura, or what are we putting out there?
Right, for sure. And that comes through in your branding and your marketing, so your past personality, your passions, and your personal qualities are what you need to bring into your branding and your messaging. And it needs to be, throughout, same branding, messaging, have it. We always talk about this on all of your websites or biographies or contact things and all the different platforms that you're on, but what's making you stand out?
Right. And being consistent throughout. And I think that that's such a huge part. And a lot of people, and that a lot of people do pay for like the third party stuff that goes out, and it's the same stuff that's going out on everybody else's. And there's not a branding, there's not a consistency. It's not necessarily really your messaging.
Right.
It's just fluff content. So that's where being unique with what you put out. I mean, I always say, especially if it comes to social media and your marketing, like you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're paying for a third party to post the same fluff that they're doing every other agent in the area, don't expect leads. Like, yeah, if you just need a filler, you don't have any desire to be there, put it out there so somebody searches, they find the fluff, whatever. But if
Right.
you're looking to build relationships and connections, you need to put some effort into it.
Yeah, you have to put the effort in, and use consistency in your branding. It's funny. Years ago, I signed up for one of those things where they did those auto posting things. And then I remember like 3 other agents I knew, like I was getting in my feed the exact same post.
It may not be the same day.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the same time or the same day, but it was the same post. And I was like, oh my God, do I feel like an idiot? Like,
and the thing is, we're friends with so many other agents. So of course we're going to see that. Whereas a consumer may not.
right.
And some of those do get great engagement. The biggest problem is when you're paying at that third party,
right?
You're not necessarily on there. So as people comment and answer the questions, they're just leaving them hanging. It's kind of like somebody seeing you on the street and, having a one-way conversation, and you just kind of walk away.
Right.
And that's where, and that's a whole nother topic in itself, but it's going along with the messaging. So you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And it's not always going to be, you just want it to be on cue with the people that you're looking to work with and attract and make connections and stuff like that.
For sure. And oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Goodness gracious. Oh, well, it'll come back to me what I was going to say. I was going to say something I'm sure was genius too, but.
Darn it. Hate it when that happens.
I know. I don't know what it was. Shoot. But it is. It's really about wanting to work with the people that you want to work with and putting that message out there to everyone and having it be consistent. Gosh darn it. I wish I knew what I was going to say. It'll come to me. I don't know.
And think about, if you have buyer's guides, seller guides, listing presentation, just think of everything that you're putting out there, and just make it be consistent. If you do have a niche, make sure that you're getting those lists or those, whatever to be sending out to those. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you got it.
The light bulb. And if you need help, hire a marketing person or hire somebody from Fiverr. Like if you need help coming up with a personal logo or colors or something, I had a Fiverr person write a bio for me, and she just had me fill out this questionnaire, and then she created the bio from that. It cost me $45, and I thought that's a lot better than me spending 5 hours working on it, because I'm worth more than the $45, and it didn't take her 5 hours.
And you always have to delegate. If it's something that you're not good at, you don't have interest in, like, you have to delegate that out.
Yes,
and
for sure.
I absolutely hate doing logos, and I tell everyone, just go to Fiverr, go look up, and real estate logos or whatever kind of logo. I did that for my son when he had his gaming, because I needed a gaming kind of logo.
Right.
Look at their portfolio, find something you like, and basically have them kind of copy and maybe change this or that.
Yeah.
It's, my goodness. Yeah. Cause it's like going back and forth. And I just don't have the time, or it's just not worth it. Like what I would have to charge somebody to make it worth it, because that's just not my thing. So
right.
And make sure whenever you're doing that to get, obviously pay the extra money when you like it to get the actual files for print. Even though you probably can't open it, if you're doing a billboard or something where they need that high res, you need that file. So pay the extra money once you get it and you like it, so that you can get all those files. That's one of my pet peeves.
Exactly. Yeah. That's huge. And we're seeing way more of that personal branding, personal logo thing. But I would also say, make sure that it complements your company logo. If it doesn't look good with your company logo, then it just is weird, and it's kind of like
too busy. I found a lot of them are too busy.
Yeah, too busy, disjointed, just not smooth. I like things that are kind of smooth and clean. Um, and actually, that's something I need to work on. I haven't done my logo for probably the one I have is probably 10 or 11
I
years
know,
old.
but it goes with who you are.
I just want to update it a little bit. I just want to clean it up and just tweak it just a little bit is the plan. So I
Yeah,
need to
there's a
do.
lot of really fun ones out there. And usually, at least the last couple that have got those, they actually give you like a whole branding kit. So you'll have a variety of versions that all are consistent,
That's kind of what I mean is by what
but
I need.
you can slap little logos on. I mean, everything you can do on an app anymore. So you have a listing, here's, just listed, just sold, under contract, whatever. They have these, everything just, this full branding package that you download. And now you have it for multiple social and just graphics that you can put out there. So it's really kind of cool that everything's matchy, but different.
Different, right? So it might be, something for just sold, something for just listed, something for a, I don't know, happy birthday to a client, whatever it is. It's just, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And it's funny when I see on Facebook, like other brokerages saying, look who's joined or whatever. And like their look who's joined last week is different from their look who's joined this week. It's like, ooh, where's the consistency there,
And I know a lot of people do that, like for their birthdays and stuff. Everything's different every single time. And for me, I like consistency. So every year I update our templates, but I don't know. I kind of have a thing, and it's really all about my Instagrams,
Yeah.
because that's where you can see really the branding that you're
Yeah.
putting out there. And I don't know.
And then it's consistent for the whole year. No, I love that we do it that way, and I think that's good. I think that's what agents should be doing in their branding too. So that when you're doing a just listed or a just sold or whatever it is, especially on social media where it's getting so many impressions, have it be consistent. And maybe if that gets bored, it's easier if it's consistent because then you can just do it yourself, like you said, on your phone, real quick. Put the little, whatever, the just sold logo with your name, your company, whatever, and you just slap it on the picture and boom, you're done.
Right. So I just have all the templates for everything is in my Canva. So
Mm-hmm.
it's super easy, but I'm on a desktop, but Canva does have an app too. You could use
Mm-hmm.
Photify, and I just saw FAR has Photify, Remax has Photify, NAR has Photify.
Everybody has Photify. It's
Yeah,
like,
I just, I can't really see. So I have to find my iPad to be able to use Photify.
well, I know neither can I, and I will say it's a little frustrating to me that I don't have an iPad or a tablet anymore. I need to get one for stuff like that because where's my phone? Here it is. It's not that big, and I'm getting blinder and blinder and blinder by the second.
Right. So my eyes will start hurting. So I'm a desktop person. I do everything there.
Yeah.
But Canva at least has both. I know a lot of people love the app. I don't ever,
And I
unless
mean,
I
even
absolutely have to, because I'm not going to be near my computer. But it's so nice when you just have all your templates for whatever you're doing. You drag and drop, change the address, whatever. And then it's, shareable. Canva's like insane, and you can get it for free. But I mean, it's pretty cool. All I just was, I don't know. Went down the rabbit hole today on Canva's YouTube channel and all their fun
did you?
stuff. Like, oh my gosh, like I can actually use it as a recording studio. I can record presentations now on it, with my face on it and everything, record it. I mean, it's like blowing my mind. And it's like they're constantly adding stuff. It's pretty much my one-stop shop for so many different things. So definitely check that out to be consistent with whatever you're doing. It's super easy to be able to schedule for social, or if you're doing postcards, stuff like that. But just think of it's the overall, it's your branding, messaging, what's your niche? Who are you trying to attract? What are you putting out there that may be attracting the wrong people? Like offering all these discounts and then getting mad because everyone's
you want more discounts,
everything, and
right?
So there's just a lot of factors to think about, and that's really like your personal brand is, when someone sees your information somewhere, what do they think of? And how can you change what their perception is of you because of what you're putting out there?
Right. Right. For sure. For sure. But that, I mean, I think that's huge. And it is. I mean, we've always talked about put out into the universe what you want back. And I know that sounds so fluffy and weird, but it's true. Like if you're putting out negative thoughts, oh, this is going to be a terrible day. I'm starting off with a terrible day. And I have to tell you, my morning started off terrible. Not terrible, but there's just a lot coming at me all at once, and got overwhelming. And then I just kind of to just take a minute, take a breath, and realize, okay, I can't put that out there. I need to, because I want the day to take a turn and be better. And so same thing with the people you're trying to attract to your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do we have what's our weekly activity?
Well, think about your branding. And if you don't have any, start thinking about it for sure. Think about your messaging, and what can you do to improve. And if you need
there's
to get
always
help,
ways to improve.
always. And if you want help from an outside source, find it. Find a logo that you like, find branding that you like, and see if you can't figure out who did it, or find someone and send that and say, I like this messaging.
Can you make it happen? Absolutely. And really jot down who you're trying to attract. And I think we have that even in our business plan is, who we're going after and how and why, all that, the
Yes.
who, what, whys, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yes.
So, and there's always room for improvement. I mean, no matter what we do, I'm always trying to level up. So the words of wisdom is, because
this is your favorite. This is one of your favorites because it's not always the words of wisdom, but you mention it all the time. But it's
so true, though. It's so true. And it's just people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. It is my favorite quote, and it's something I try to live by, I guess, if that seems deep.
So,
but it is something that I try to think about.
Yeah, for sure. And that's Maya Angelou. And so here's my second favorite quote from her, which Oprah used to say all the time. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Huh.
So when someone, I mean, it's really like when they show you that they're going to beat you up over commission, say, or over price or whatever, that's what they're going to do. And that's who they are. And is that how you want the transaction to go?
Yeah. Oof. It's so tough right now too for everyone. No, and scary if I'm having a bad day or I'm not being overly pleasant.
Yeah, I don't think it really means that. I mean, I think it means if someone screws you over, they're probably
their true colors.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shame on me, whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
whatever.
Correct. That's exactly right. So, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hope everyone has a great week. We've got some fun shows coming up. Go to MondayMorningWakeUpCall.com. All that fun stuff. And until next week, wake up, kick ass, and repeat.
Bye, everyone.